Do you know that quality of financial literacy is something that we all should attain? We all know every piece of information related to finances is just a click away on the internet. But there is more to financial education than what is told on the internet. And that's what we are going to learn in this video. Welcome to Wealthy Pace, a source of inspiration for future billionaires. No matter how much grip you have on your finances, it is still considered to be a Herculean task in some cases. It's not totally your fault if you find managing your finances a little difficult. For starters, the economy has been on a downward spiral for as long as one can imagine. And the prices of groceries are not so friendly either. Despite these obvious challenges, there are some individuals who are so financially educated that they have managed to stay above the rubble. So the great news is, you can be one of them. Before I further dive in, make sure you are subscribed to this channel where I almost daily come up with edutainment videos based on my personal research, and of course those can help you to increase the pace of your wealth and success. So let's jump right into it. Number 1. You have an emergency funds account. Have you ever heard anyone say, "You are one emergency away from going bankrupt"? Now, while this might sound like a bit of a stretch, this could actually be true if you have not got an emergency account. Now the thing is, emergencies are always unpredictable. You might one day need thousands of dollars. But if that happens, what will be your next course of action? Dip into your family's savings or withdraw everything you have saved for your kids' college? Whatever you choose, there is one thing certain. You will regret it in the next few months. With an emergency account, you do not really have to worry. That is the entire point of having an emergency fund, to keep you afloat during emergencies. This fund can be used to pay hospital bills or sustain your family if you lose your job. Under any unforeseeable event of financial need, your emergency account will have your back. Let me know in the comments, do you have an emergency funds account? Number 2. You know about taxes and you never overpay. I know it can be overwhelming to try and understand your tax information, but you should know that it is one of the highest expenses in every household. So it is only right if you dedicate enough time to understanding how taxes work. In fact, understanding your taxes is an efficient way to minimize them in the long run. Also, there is a good possibility that you might be paying more taxes than you need to. There could be a mistake buried somewhere, and only a proper review from your end will expose it. If you think you do not have enough skills and information to understand your taxes, it is fine. You can seek the services of an accountant who can help you seek where you can cut back. This way, you can eventually minimize the tax you pay in the long run. Number 3. You got a separate savings account. The thing is that financially educated individuals know that there is a big difference between an emergency fund, insurance, and a savings account. Typically, savings accounts include college funds, money for family needs, or maybe the money for a new home. Having a savings account means that you are planning for your future, and when the time comes, you would not fall prey to loan sharks. Also, having a saving account shows a certain level of discipline, as it means you do not spend every single dime you earn. And if you are already struggling with your finances, that is not a problem either. Even starting from a small percentage will serve the purpose. Maybe 2% or 3%, 5%, or as bold as 10 to 20%. No matter how much you save, just make sure you are able to meet your basic needs and something that you can contribute on a consistent basis. Number 4. You always work with a budget. It is something that stops you from spending too much even if you want to. Having a budget is a strong sign of being financially disciplined. It means you have created a concise and precise way in which you will be spending your money. Now, having a budget typically reflects your needs rather than your wants. But if you have some extra money, spending a few dollars on something you have always wanted should not be that big deal. Anyway, the purpose of a budget is to spend your money on the right things, which include your basic needs, like housing bills, groceries, transportation bills, and other such expenses. However, a budget is useful only when you stick to it. I mean, come on! What's the point of having a budget if you are just going to blow your money on useless items? So the point is, it is important to have a budget, but it is even more important to stick to it. Also, it is pretty important to make room for prices increase in your budget because you know very well that it happens quite regularly. Number 5. You pay your debts regularly. While growing up, you might have heard that it sucks to have debt. Well, it doesn't really. It is kind of necessary when buying a house or a car. But you know what really sucks? It is when you do not pay your debt regularly or entirely miss your payments. Financially educated individuals understand that paying their debts regularly has a direct effect on their credit scores. So the solution is that repaying debts must be a priority for you. Also, including monthly installments in your budgets sounds like a great start. So the bottom line is, if you do not pay your debts regularly, start paying more attention. Your financial wisdom demands that your debts are paid on time. Number 6. You stay up to date with finance news that concerns you. Staying up to date is important. It is even more important when you have an investment portfolio. Having the right knowledge will help you to determine the next step. It will also affect your financial decisions accordingly. Let me give you an example. Suppose a financial analyst predicts an astronomical increase in the prices of goods and services. Well, seeing that this affects you directly, wouldn't it be wise to invest in real estate? It is because real estate does well during surges of inflation. Well, this is just one example. You are bound to draw more profitable financial tips when you stay updated and conduct financial research on your own. The important thing is to widen your financial knowledge base and act wisely. The more informed and calculated your decisions are, the more profit will be on your way. Number 7. You invest wisely. Have you ever imagined your money earning more money for you? That sounds like a steal, right? Well, that is exactly what investment can do for you. If you want to make more money on the side without necessarily having to put more hours into it, go for investment. And do you know the best thing about investment? There is a range of options available for you. It does not even have to be a very big investment. I mean, it can go as little as $100. The real work begins when and where to invest your money. Well, that can be a hard nut to crack, my friend. Well, stocks and bonds might be the most popular option available these days, but they might not be the best for you. Even for stocks, you have to be sure that you are investing in the right place. So it is important that before you make any plan for investment, you need to be sure to learn everything there is to know about it. To be on the safe side, you can also hire a professional advisor to help you in your financial endeavors. Number 8. You set financial goals. This is a stark feature of a financially educated person. But why is it important to have goals? Well, for starters, they give you long-term visions to organize your time, skills, and resources in such a way that you achieve positive results. The same goes for setting financial goals. These goals can help you to see the small and big picture, and they determine what is it that you need to do to get to that point. For example, do you want a new home? What steps do you need to take to make that possible? A new job, a savings account, or a loan? Having long and short-term financial goals help you make informed decisions. Eventually, it helps you to become financially independent. Number 9. You have a mental knowledge of your net worth. The term net worth is usually used in connection with celebrities, but knowing your net worth as an individual is equally important. Basically, your net worth is the total value of every asset that you own. However, to arrive at a fixed figure, you have to minus your debts and liabilities. Your net worth includes everything: your cash at hand, in your bank accounts, and everything else you can exchange for cash. It typically consists of your money in real estate, the money in your retirement funds, savings, checking accounts, cars, stocks, bonds, business assets, and so on. Your liabilities, on the other hand, include your debts and loans. There are tons of tools available on the internet that can help you calculate your net worth. Knowing the figure of your net worth is important to make an estimate of how healthy your finances are. Knowing your net worth can also suggest changes to improve your financial condition. So, that's all for this video. Proceed to this video and learn how rich people create the generational wealth that runs through the generations. Thank you!